Hey guys, how's it going? Kulprit here, and welcome back. I'm back from the holidays, ready to get right back into some Battlefield 3 Aftermath. This is Rush Defense on Azadi Palace. This is the first set of MCOMs. I just thought to kind of get us back into stride, talking about things and getting on topics. I would give you a quick little Rush Defense here, talk about a couple ideas. I have preferences, ways I like to play this map in particular. For those of you that aren't familiar, we've been kind of doing a series here where we talk about Rush, particularly on the new maps, some principles and tactics that I like to employ to help me win, frankly, as well as some mantras and kind of ideas that I like to try to work on to continue to always make myself better. This one, for me, typically what I always like to do, now I'm playing with two buddies, Skulls and Harry from Company 008, so we are in comms together and we're kind of talking. We kind of had a little bit of a coordinated effort here. Harry and Skulls particularly was more the armor. Harry was kind of supporting him over there. I was kind of lone wolfing it a little bit, holding down this center little block here, these couple buildings, these two buildings in particular right here. In my opinion, on these first set of MCOMs on Azadi, these are crucial to defense and for attack, for that matter. You have to control these two if you want to win the stage, basically. So I'm trying to hold them down pretty much on my own. You don't see much other support. Now, this was a 32-man server. They were having some issues that night with the server continually restarting. It was a pain in the butt. I think it's a Battlefield 3 issue, they were saying. So every now and then the server would dump out and it would have to repopulate. So you see some of the population levels jumping around. This was a little bit of an open server, but it was kind of nice, actually, because we had been playing on a full 32. So here we were able to run around a lot more and kind of have a little more freedom. But you'll basically see me. You've heard me talk about the Overwatch position as far as when you're attacking and your team's rushing the MCOM. Your job is kind of stay back and help cover them, help keep that MCOM when they do secure it. Well, the same principles apply on defense. You're just doing the opposite, basically, and you'll see me doing it here. Now, if you've noticed, I'm running the suppressor. Why? Well, there I take a knife. That's gonna happen, unfortunately, on defense, especially when you're kind of in buildings. You're in a high strategic value point. Just shrug it off. It's gonna happen. You should be looking. You saw me there. I was watching the MCOM. I was watching there. Now, I have a little more, situational awareness and awareness of my surroundings. Sure, but it's gonna happen. But basically, if you notice, I'm running the suppressor here. The reason for that is, like I said, I'm holding these buildings down pretty much by myself. If it were me, Skulls and Harry in there together, I would find the loudest gun I can find. I try to invite every enemy in on me. Why? Because I like my chances with those two guys against just about anybody on a server. So I want you coming at me in those buildings rather than going for the MCOMs. Here's a little different. I'm holding it down by myself. I'm basically trying to populate that so they can't set up in there. So I don't really want them to know I'm in there. I'm doing a lot of running around, a lot of moving. I want to stay off the minimap. I want to stay quiet. I want to keep the initiative. I want to keep the surprise. That's why you see me running the suppressor. So basically what you're going to see me doing in this video, as you have already, is I'm just continually just trying to set up in those buildings over and over again. And they're doing the same thing. All the while, Skulls and Harry are kind of covering the right flank a little bit more. Now, sometimes this can be, it can be really hard to hold these buildings if you're not getting good, armor support. I was luckily, it seemed like our tanks were kind of canceling each other out, which for me, I prefer that. I love that. Then we can just focus on infantry gameplay. And these buildings managed to last for a while. I mean, you see them getting pretty beat up. But they did provide me with quite a bit of cover late, all the way into the end of the match, basically. Excuse me. Here you see a little series that I used in the intro. I like using stairs, things like that, just to kind of get a little, advantage. People aren't going to be looking for you there necessarily. They're going to look for you in the second story. They're going to look for you in the first story. They're not necessarily going to look for you peeking your head out in between. Here it gets a little hairy. This is typical. This is typical for these buildings. You guys know this is typical for any buildings. You got to have guys coming in here. See, they're not expecting me in that corner because I have the suppressor on. They don't know that I'm right there. They see the other guy. They might be coming up to get him. They don't expect me there. They run right into me. I'm able to barely hang on, frankly, between reloading and things like that. Now you see some of the rubbles getting worse. Now, the only thing I might do differently here, and this is something I do want to talk about, I probably do like a quick tip video of this. This is why I like the position. These guys want to set up on those crates, but if you have a presence over here, they can't do it. They might set up in between those two crates, but you'll see me here, I'll dump a grenade in there. They can't really get there established over there. If they are, and I know that from being an attacker, that's where I want to set up. I want to be right over that MCOM, looking over that ledge, picking off defenders as they come and try to disarm. Having a guy over in these buildings, they can't do that. I have a perfect angle for them. I might not get a lot of kills because it's easy for them to just kind of hide again, but they're just never going to get set up. They're not going to get any kind of a beacon or anything like squad bombs going off. Like I was going to say, the only thing I would probably do differently here for myself is I might take the 320 on this weapon. Why? Because basically that would enable me to turn. You see me do it a couple times. When you're on defense in this kind of a role, save your grenades, guys. Double grenades is always a good perk in this situation, so that you can just turn quickly, chuck 2 grenades right at the MCOMs, and at least you know if you're accurate with those grenades, you can clear anybody off those MCOMs, usually before they can arm. Remember, keep your ears open. I'm always listening to hear that arm, hear the buttons pushing, and if you do, don't hesitate. Turn, chuck grenades first. Just get them in the air, get them going, then follow up with your gun. Be careful, obviously, not to kill yourself, and then, you know, clear the MCOM. And that's what I'm saying. I would keep the 320 because that would just give me another method to reach out and touch somebody, basically. You know, the 320 has been nerfed against infantry. It's not that great. It's really not that good, to be honest with you. It's more of a tool for opening windows and things like that. But it would just give me a couple more rounds. That from where I'm at right now, you see me, I could turn, put eyes on A, and just dump a couple rounds right on the MCOM. It wouldn't be weird for you to see me on an empty server practicing those, you know, kind of shots from 100 yards or so. Just turn it with the 320 from different elevations, roof, from the first floor, from below. Just trying to see how the arc, where I want to get it, so that I could at any moment turn, put 2 or 3 320 shells right on that MCOM. Might not get the kills, might not get the glory, but I'm going to weaken guys up. Might not even stop him from getting the arm off, but I'm going to clear it out enough so that the next teammate or two that come along on my team are going to have a clean disarm path, and we're going to keep the stage, and we're going to win. So this is just a quick little video. I wanted to get back in my stride a little bit. I haven't done a commentary in at least a week, so I wanted to do a quick one. Let me know what you think, guys. This is Azadi. This is his first set. I usually feel if you don't hold this one, it's a little bit of a steamroll to the palace. So this one is pretty crucial for me. I kind of like it. I have a pretty good plan of what I want to do, what I want to execute, and then it's just a matter of getting your gun on people, taking them down. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Like always, if you appreciate it, thumbs up is always appreciated. God, how many times can I say appreciated? Anyway, guys, I will talk to you soon. Take care.